Alright, and here we have the last bug to collect that the punk frogs want. Hopefully this is the last time I'm doing this Let's Play. I think I said that last time. Hey, at least it's an opportunity to warm up. Okay, see you in the actual part. And welcome back to Let's Play Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Shredder's Revenge. For the last time, first order of business is we just have to drop off the disgusting bugs to the punk frogs. You have to collect quite a lot of them. I guess 2 apiece to each frog. With that out of the way, let's get back to Dimension X and complete episode 15. The penultimate episode and one of the longer levels in the game, right after a string of decently long levels, such as episode 13. This is also another stage that has 2 bosses that await us. First and most obvious is Krang, but I want you to hazard a guess as to who the second one is. Ooh, some intrigue there. Also, there is one last collectible for us to get here, the crystal shard that the neutrinos are looking for. Once again, we are Leonardo, the good old boy in blue, ready to take the rest of this game on. I was hoping the rising attack would take that guy. At least now I know that's not something that works. Also, I was getting flipped around there. We're just gonna let that big guy do his thing over there. Oh, and of course, in comes another one. Oh geez, oh geez, oh geez. Okay, let's let one of these guys pound the ground. There we go. And just do that to take him out really quickly. Actually, we can do that also. Nice. Okay. Well, a bit rough there. Did not handle that as well as I could have, but no problem. Oh, hey, it's the spear guys, the Uber Garcias. Have not seen them in a while. And we will do... Oh, I was trying to do a slide there. Always very inconsistent with my double taps. I'm playing on a Switch Pro controller, which is pretty well known for not having the greatest D-pad in the world, but it is the most functional controller I have at the moment. Controllers are so expensive, and if you cheap out on them, they're always so bad. I have never had a good experience with a third-party controller, but I will fully admit that I usually buy cheap... the cheapest ones available, just because that's kind of the whole reason you'd buy third party to begin with. I did have a 8-bit-do SNES controller that worked pretty well, and also, ow, man, that throw attack hurts. Yeah, I was not doing too well there. I was rambling about controllers. Let's just let these guys do their thing. Jeez. Always rough how resilient these guys are, and they spit out more mousers. I've noticed that, like, the high scores for this game... Okay, nothing there, no collectible. Let's just do this to try and keep ourselves in the fight. Do that. Yeah, the game is mixing and matching really tough enemies here. Alright, yeah. I've noticed one big weakness that Leonardo has is that his attacks come to a dead stop when he connects with anything. He doesn't really have that many piercing options aside from his slide kick. Also, we got some spike traps here. Not terribly threatening, only a big deal when you are dumb like me. Hey, it's a Shredder statue with the mutagen. That's cool. I didn't notice that he was holding the mutagen the first couple times I played this. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Yeah, I wanted to hit that guy with a rising attack. I do love that dive kick rising attack combo. It is so consistent against those guys. I used to have tons of trouble when I was first playing this game with those guys, and then I just noticed that that's a pretty consistent combo on them. It isn't perfect. Sometimes you'll have some difficulty getting it to work, but it works often enough. Hey, there's the crystal. And you know what that means. We don't have to worry about looking for any more collectibles here. I do really like... Leonardo's double jump attack, but it does have a problem in that it has a huge amount of ending lag when he hits the ground. Hey, Triceratons! There isn't much reason for these guys to be here since we've defeated Captain Zorax, but it is cool nonetheless. I don't know if the Triceratons actually have like a working relationship with the Foot Clan in the 80s cartoon. Oop, yeah, let's let that guy go. And it's good to let yourself be pushed through the shield Triceratons, so you don't have to worry about dealing with them too much. Unfortunately, the vertical hitbox did not work out well for me there. Yep, I was a little too early on that heavy attack. Heavy attacks work very good on these guys. When they're fully charged, it does excellent damage. We'll usually take them out off of a full combo. Okay, don't have to worry about getting that guy taken down. There we go, I was really hoping there was a pizza there. Let's just do this, take these guys down nice and quick. Leonardo actually does really well against these things, since he has a lot of options to put them into a vulnerable state. His slide kick takes him down. Of course, the jump kick and rising kick also work, or rather dive kick. So yeah, he just does very well. Oh man, it's an old enemy Bonanza here. Got the, oh, whoa. I just got a bit of lag there for some reason. That's odd. Oh well. I'm doing pretty poorly here. I'm hoping that I can handle the bosses pretty well. It's been a while since I've fought them. To do practice for this Let's Play, I try to do arcade mode without any continues, and that does not always work out as well as I'd hope. I can usually get around to stage 12 at this point, but anything past that I haven't practiced nearly as much. So I do have to kind of rely on raw mechanical skills, because I do not remember these areas quite as well as I remember the rest of the game. Oop. Ah, that was very unfortunate timing. Yeah, one thing that's very unfortunate for Leonardo is that his neutral or grounded super, it lasts for a very, very brief period of time, so he cannot really exploit invincibility off of it. Basically in the same way most other characters can. Pretty much everybody's super lasts a lot longer than Leonardo's. Not that much of a weakness, and it does mean that he can also get out of a situation a lot quicker rather than being caught in certain bad situations, but obviously that just depends. That is very heavily dependent on having the right awareness for all these situations. Did a pretty handy job taking care of those guys, if I do say so myself. We'll just do a slide kick to take this guy out, and let's wait for these guys all to come on screen before we get the power pizza. Just a whole bunch of enemies to take out with this. Love this. Kind of wish it was like in the arcade games where it was a one-hit kill, but you can't have everything. We heal up, and of course we've got Krang. His voice is pretty silly in this game. Actually, it wasn't as long a level as I remember. Okay, so we will just take him for a hit with our aerial supers, get some good damage going. Krang, he's got a pretty simple pattern to start. He shoots out that ball and chain. Here's where the fight gets a little unique. Oh dear. He splits his body in two. The top half will spin around like so, and the lower half will just go around throwing out kicks against us. The top half can still be damaged, since Krang is actually in it. The lower half does not take any damage. Alright, let's let him do that. I almost walked right into the ball and chain there. Again, I'm trying to do some dash attacks, but the double tap, very, very inconsistent for me on the Pro Controller. Very unfortunate. Oh dear. Whoa. Okay, let's do that. Oh, I was trying to do a rising attack there. Oh, no! I am so bad with the wake-up roll there. I always roll into attacks. Yeah, just use the rising attack there to get up in the air. Okay. Yeah, just avoid that. We do not want to get kicked by the legs. If I can just take him down. Oh, no, he came down for a spinning lariat. Oh, well, that's not a huge deal. We have 2 lives to work with. I'm not overly concerned about losing to Krang here. As long as we... Oh, man. Okay. Yeah, let's let him go and do the dash attack. Oh, I just went right through him. Man. Okay, he's down. But you didn't think that was all there is there? As his android explodes... I saw a thing that said that Krang sounds like a grandma in this game, and I thought that was really funny. Anyways, it's the Shredder, here for his revenge, I'm assuming. And Shredder can be a bit of a tough fight here. He's very similar to Tempestra, that after taking a bit of damage, he'll launch a AoE counter around him. So you definitely gotta be careful of that. Don't be too committal, and obviously use our super attacks here when we have the opportunity. That jump kick, pretty easy to avoid. I would not recommend actually finishing a full combo on him. I would dodge out of it before he has a chance to counterattack. If you attack him while he's doing that electrified guard, he will do a counter. Now, you want to actually hang on to your super gauge there, because that's his special gimmick. He can summon up clones. I don't know if... I think... Yeah, okay. After a little bit, the clones will start giving off this shadowy aura. That lets you know which Shredder is the real one, but you can also just kill the clones. They're very weak, but if you can get some hits in on the real Shredder, that is so much the better. Okay, hopefully we can get another super attack on deck before, whoop. Yeah, almost walked into his jump kick there. That jump kick is so silly to me. Like, for, for a martial arts master, that is such a slow kick. Oh, whoops. Accidentally let him get some punches in on me there. Yeah, be careful there. Those punches come out quick, do good damage, so... Okay, whoop. Once again, I just phased right through him. What the heck is going on here? Oh, whatever. We'll do this, take out the clones, and put Shredder on the back foot there. Oh, whoops. I attacked him a little bit too quickly after he dropped his guard. Okay, and... Okay, that went way better than the Krang fight. I'm one of the only people in the world who will do worse on the Krang fight than I do on the Shredder fight. Hey, one last challenge for the road. I feel good about that. Cowabunga, dudes. But of course, you may remember, we kind of have a whole Statue of Liberty situation to deal with. And it looks like the Statue of Liberty has gotten its own virtual reality ninja interface. That's what I'll dub that. Anyways, now that we've collected all the crystals, we have one last thing to turn in for a reward. We have to go to the neutrinos. And they are appreciative. I've never actually... There is a bonus for finding all the characters and returning the rewards in the game's ending. I don't know if there's any kind of bonus for completing all the challenges. If anybody knows that, let me know. But here we are in episode 16, the final episode, The Wrath of the Lady. And once again, in a Japanese game, we are fighting the Statue of Liberty. Well, actually, this isn't a Japanese game. I don't know what the developer is. Sorry, I was just thinking that because of ninjas. In the last game I played, which is a Japanese game that had a Statue of Liberty fight, was the Ninja Gaiden Sigma 2. Anyway, Statue of Tyranny. I'm getting off topic here. Whoa, okay, I screwed that up. You have a very difficult challenge in this level to complete the entire thing unharmed, and the reason that is difficult is because it's not just the Statue of Tyranny we have to deal with. Now, the Statue of Tyranny, she has very heavily telegraphed attacks that are pretty easy to dodge so long as you're not being overcommittal, but they do huge damage. This laser attack in particular is a one-hit kill. Also, you have to finish the level without super attacks if you want to complete all the challenges, which I would not recommend, as that is really boring. So just so many challenges that I just cannot recommend them because they're so boring and tedious. Also, if you want to, for a little extra damage, you can actually toss the Foot Ninja into the Statue of Tyranny. Yeah, like so. I was surprised I was actually able to pull that off on demand, so that's something you can do. Let's do a couple of aerial supers to get some good damage going. Statue of Tyranny has quite a bit of health, so it does take a while to wear her down. Oh, whoop, nah, I dodged way too late there. Whoop. We'll do this, get that more damage in. This attack is a pretty good opportunity to get some good damage in on her. She has a very simple way of doing it. She just aims the explosive effect to wherever you are. Yeah, I was going to try and do a dash attack there, but I thought better of it. This is also a good opportunity to taunt and get some super meter up. There is a sweet spot where you can stand and just barely be able to hit the Statue of Tyranny while the laser beam will not be able to hit you. But like I said, the laser is instant death, so I really would not recommend doing that. Let's just see. Yes, got another throw in. Hopefully we can get through this leg of the fight without dying, but having 5 extra lives at this point in the game, which on story mode you almost certainly will have, that's more than enough to get through this level. Statue of Tyranny hits hard, but again, I keep getting hit by that. I keep saying all her attacks are easy to dodge, and then I keep screwing up and getting hit by one of the easiest ones to dodge. Well, actually, this is the easiest one to dodge, really. Just go in, then out, then back in. Whoop. Ah! And I can't believe I died on the Statue of Tyranny. I just... Yeah, you need to back up to try and jump over that. If you time it right, you can dodge through it, but, you know, as I've established so far in this Let's Play, my timing is not always the best, especially when I'm yammering on about stupid things like, oh, I don't know, oh, hey! Leonardo's reach is actually just enough to hit him right there. I did not realize that. Yeah, Krang did not have much to say about that, but you really didn't think that was the end of the game, right? No, this game is Shredder's Revenge. And what is a game focusing on Shredder as the antagonist without... Super Shredder. Now, this fight is actually very similar to... This fight is very similar to the Chrome Dome fight, that by default, Shredder cannot be harmed. You have to wait for him to create an opening. Unlike Chrome Dome, we don't need to throw something into him or, you know, get an explosive drum. We just need to wait for him to tire himself out, like so. Wait for a bit as that aura is coming up, as that does hurt you. Do not commit too much to hitting him there. He does have a get-up attack to take you down. Now, he's got a very simplistic attack pattern. He'll dash along, sending out those fires. He will stop and do the rings. After 2 rings, he will always create an opening for himself. If you're standing in specific spots, the rings will just go right past you, and that's a good opportunity to taunt and get up some super meter. Additionally, if it's just far away enough, the fire will fizzle out before it can reach you, like so. Right now, it's not terribly difficult to avoid him, although you wouldn't know it just by watching me, as always. But he will get faster, like so many other of the bosses, as we take his health down. And that should be good. Yep. Alright, where's he going to go? He has another attack where he can reach you and do a grab. If you're standing by him after he does that very short dash without fire, that's a pretty consistent moment where he does that, and I am doing terrible there. That was very bad positioning to actually avoid him. Yeah, we'll just do a jumping here. Not going to have any super meter to do a super attack, but we'll still get some good damage in. And yeah, this is why I said 5 lives is more than enough for this stage. Yeah, almost got hit by his counter. I was committing too hard there. Oop. Okay, let's do a taunt here. Oof, that was... Whoa. Okay, never mind. I was hoping we could get another one in, and I was being dumb and not paying attention to what he was doing. That's okay, that's okay. Again, we've got plenty of extra lives. I would like to do this with as little death as possible, but that's not something I can always guarantee. Sorry, I had a belch there. Okay, here's another of his attacks. He'll summon up a bunch of clones that'll shoot orbs at you. Take out the clones, he creates another opening on himself, if I can actually hit him. The clones will reappear if you do not kill them fast enough, but they're not terribly threatening. It's a pretty easy opportunity to set him up for another attack, and that was a very poor position to be jumping from. Let's see if... Yes! Okay. Right past where he can actually hit us. As you can see, he kind of canceled the Rings of Fire there a little bit early, so he got an extra cycle before he tired himself out. Okay. So, let's just go a little bit. Yeah, one thing I dislike about this fight on the hard mode is that because he just has that big health bump, it takes a lot longer to defeat him here. Ditto for the Statue of Tyranny. She has pretty high health even for a okay mode boss, so that's something that takes quite a while to deal with. Yeah, alright. Get another combo in. There we go. I don't have to bother taunting to get a super ready for the next cycle. Oh, and that's going to come even sooner because he's doing the clone attack. Now, unlike the Turtles in Time version of this fight from the Super Nintendo version... Oh, I was too slow there. Okay. He does not have a one-hit kill move. I read somewhere that the developers did want to include that, but they just had trouble coding something like that in before the game would come out, and they probably couldn't find a good way to justify it either, since it would only really matter against the Turtles. Casey and April would obviously be immune to a reverse mutagen attack, and Splinter in this continuity was a human originally, so that would just turn him into a regular Ninja Master instead of a Rat Ninja Master. I'm rambling again, but Super Shredder has been defeated. Shredder's revenge has been thwarted. And you may notice in the background there, it's 3 a.m., just like the beginning of Turtles in Time. I thought that was a nice little touch. And we get our little ending here. Lady Liberty has been restored to her former glory, and I'm sure Vernon will give us the due praise that we deserve, as he was totally not terrified and saw the whole thing. Web Warriors, huh? Oh, what? They didn't do anything! Yeah, my thoughts exactly. And April got all that good footage. Oh well. Now, you get a distinct ending here, depending on what character you play, or rather, a unique ending still. They are not terribly interesting, I'm gonna be honest with you. If you want to see what they all are, you can look them up on YouTube, I'm sure. But more important than that, we get some pizza, and Casey Jones makes his only appearance in the story mode cutscenes in the entire game. True to the original 80s cartoon, he always keeps that mask on, even when he's eating pizza. Yeah, he never took the mask off in the 80s cartoon, so they don't even have a point of context for what he would look like in theory. And we get a credit sequence here with another song. And yes, that is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Shredder's Revenge. Very good beat-em-up, very true to the original beat-em-up games, particularly Turtles in Time. It adapted and refined a lot of mechanics from that game, and just had plenty of references to both the original arcade games. Surprised there wasn't a apartment on fire that we went to at any point in this game. But yeah, I highly recommend it if you were a fan of those games and a fan of the Turtles in general. This is definitely a very good love letter to the series, and there's lots of references, not just to the 1980s Fred Wolf cartoon, but to the franchise as a whole, and big recommend. It is a little bit pricey for how short it is. That is actually one of the biggest criticisms I have for the game, is not so much the price, but the lack of additional content for its price. It's a $25 game, and it doesn't really have that much in the way of unlockables, just Casey Jones. Doesn't have anything like alternate color palettes or even more unlockable characters, or just even like a survival mode or a boss rush, or even, you know, like things like that. So it is a little disappointing in that regard, and there is, though, the potential that it'll get either post-launch content or DLC content, as the game sold very, very well. And while I think the developers stated that they didn't have any initial plans to do so, if the game did well, they may actually consider it, is what I believe the official stance was, and it certainly did more than well enough. I imagine it just completely smashed their expectations. I think it very recently surpassed 1 million downloads, which is pretty stellar for a licensed property. So yeah, here's hoping that there's more to see from this game in the future. Yeah, I personally would like to see stuff like, you know, if they can think of extra characters to put in, that would be pretty cool. Definitely stuff like color palettes and, you know, maybe like a survival mode similar to Streets of Rage 4. In fact, I'm pretty sure if they did do any additional content for this game, it would be in the same vein as the Mr. X's Nightmare expansion for Streets of Rage 4. One suggestion that I saw that was pretty interesting, actually, was a different scoring system for like a score attack arcade mode, because the scoring system in this game plays pretty close to the arcade mode, or the original arcade game. You just get 1 point per enemy killed, and that's not particularly exciting, and it also makes the whole hit chain system pretty pointless. I don't know if there's any benefit to getting a huge hit combo. It just doesn't really seem to contribute to anything. I don't know if you charge ninja power any faster with a high combo or not. I've never really seen enough of a difference, and it's not like you get any point bonuses for getting a high combo, so yeah, I do think that would be a pretty cool idea. And if I can think of any other criticism, it's probably that the game is definitely a little buggy at this point. I've seen some pretty annoying things happen where enemies get stuck off screen. A couple of my friends were doing arcade mode run, and they got to episode 15. They were fighting Krang, and the top half of his body went off screen and got stuck. And no matter what they did, they couldn't hit him. They couldn't do supers to hit him from off screen, and they were basically soft locked, so they just had to abandon their arcade mode run, which really, really is annoying when you're right at the end of the game. Ah, man, I just can't believe they got Raekwon and Ghostface Killah from the Wu-Tang Clan to make a song for this game. That's pretty funny. And, yeah, I think we can just bypass the credits at this point. We've all gotten enough of this. Hey, Cam Clark also did Rocksteady. I didn't know that. Rob Paulson was as Slash. You know, I don't know anything else that Townsend Coleman or Barry Gordon had done. I haven't really looked into them. And let's see, additional voiceovers here. Sadly, we are not living in the universe where James Avery could come back to reprise his role as Shredder. Rest in peace, Uncle Phil. And yeah, let's just speed through this. Can't actually skip the credits, you can just fast forward them, but yeah. I do kind of wish they had the option to toggle that hold the start button to skip cutscenes. Also, if you've rescued all the friends and gotten all of their items, you get this little bonus cutscene with them at the Statue of Liberty. Statue of Liberty has decided, you know what, I'm gonna be a ninja too. Good honor, good honor. And that's the game. I hope you enjoyed watching, and I hope this got you interested to play the game yourself. If you're a fan of the series, or just a fan of well-designed beat-em-ups in general, definitely check it out. I recommend. It also has an online play mode, though. If you were gonna go for that, I would recommend any version but the Switch version for reasons that are obvious to anybody who's played on the Nintendo Switch before. But that is it for this game. As always, I hope to see you in my next series. Until then, though. Goodbye.